Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and lovers of drones everywhere, welcome to Thursday Night Live. I'm Ken Heron. This is Randall Kendric.
I am Randall.
And it's going to be a heck of a show tonight. Randall here is a filmmaker, and he recently did a documentary on our FPV meet location. But it's really not just for drone people. It's called the Mindfield, and it's very interesting. And we're going to talk to him later about that film that is coming up. And we encourage you to check it out. We got news. We got lots of news. Lots and lots and lots of news. I have a video of me from 2008, and I look exactly the same. And I've got prizes for you to win from the likes of Camera Butter. Thank you, Camera Butter. And Loom Cube. Somebody's going to win this strobe for their drone so you can fly at night legally. Sound fun? Yes. I've got these Cinesticks. Sounds like something you eat, but no. It's for your controller so that you can have more cinematic, fine motor control of that. And so, Randall, tell the people who you are and what you do.
All right. Thanks, Ken. I'm glad to be here, and I appreciate you having me on. My name is Randall Kendric. As he said, I'm an independent filmmaker. I made the Still Garden. I filmed it back in 2022. It consists of interviews as well as a lot of footage of Billy working on the Mindfield. And so it was a passion project of mine because I was born in Brownsville, raised there for most of my childhood. And the Mindfield was sort of an enigma to me, but also a source of creative inspiration.
For people that don't know, because there are some people watching that don't know what we're talking about, the Mindfield is a sculpture. Is it the largest metal sculpture behind like the Statue of Liberty in the United States or something crazy like that?
It's the largest in Tennessee. It hasn't been officially named as like one of the top 10 biggest sculptures in the U.S. And I'm not sure why that is, but if you look at any list of the biggest sculptures in the U.S., it dwarfs most of them. Yeah. It would be in the top 10 for sure, if not the top 5.
All right, we're going to talk a little bit more about that later. I'm going to share your trailer here in just a moment. But first, we can't forget our favorite sponsor, ladies and gentlemen. They've been here since the beginning. I'm talking about delicious, nutritious pigeon jerky.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats. You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, and you'll give your family a treat. It's balanced nutrition to help them grow. Yeah! And it's full of fiber to make them go.
Here we go.
You'll enjoy pigeon jerky, the Cadillac of processed meats.
Yeah, pigeon jerky. A fine snack food for live stream since 1970. Yeah. All right. So, as the co-host, you know that your job is to have jokes. You have jokes ready on standby? We don't need one now, but you got them ready, right? Okay.
Yes.
Sure. Just say yes.
Yes.
So now, just to give everybody a little preview, there's something that everyone's talking about, and I am no longer going to hold my tongue. I don't like talking about other drone people. It's low class, and there's no need for it. But I will be talking about this douchebag. Oh, yes, I will. So that's coming up in the news. But right now, I do want to thank everybody else in the drone community who came together to help our Jeffrey. Last time, you guys raised almost $900 to get Jeff a hot water heater. And it just, I could not believe the outpouring of support for our buddy Jeff. And he has purchased this heater, and he'll talk a little bit about that later. But here's a video that he made talking about that.
Hi, I just wanted to make a video real quick and thank everybody for contributing to the water heater for our house. It arrived yesterday, which was Tuesday, and we are looking at trying to figure out how to fully install the unit into the house, which will be the next step. Our house has hard water, which is what caused most of our problems to begin with. The first water heater lasted for about 10 years. So this one we specifically got because it does not scale while heating. Very important. It has a whole bunch of other really cool features to it. It uses a new technology that doesn't have the heating elements, traditional heating elements. So I'm looking forward to getting this installed. It has the same wattage and the same voltage that the one that we currently have is. So it's basically just a plug and play swap. The only difference being is I've got to run some extra pipes to mate this to the way that the other one is set up. So I'll do the research and get that done, and hopefully be able to share with you guys in a future video the completed process. And I just want to say thank you very much to everybody that contributed to this. This is distinctly going to make a difference in our lives. Thank you.
Wow. You know, just when you think the drone community can't get any better, you prove me wrong. Jeff and his 37 children, I don't know how many he's got. He keeps finding a new one in the couch every other day. But he's got a lot of kids. And I know you look at him and you think he's a rich man, but no, he is rich in children. He's got plenty of those. And they are going to have their lives changed by what you did for him last time on this show. I mean, you take your hot water heater for granted, don't you, Randall?
Absolutely. You know, it's one of those things that, you know, it's a kind of a set it and forget it thing.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, you just kind of set it up once. If you set it up at all, if, you know, the place you move into doesn't have one already.
Right.
And it's not something you really think about. It's so automatic.
Right. It's just there in the wall.
To lose something like that, you know, for sure has a massive impact on your quality of life. Absolutely.
And we're glad to have been able to do that for Jeff, and he'll give us an update, no doubt, here in a minute. All right. So, the Steel Garden. Tell us about. I'm gonna roll this trailer, and then you can tell us how we can see this. So this,
Sounds
of course, the Steel Garden is Mindfield in Brownsville, Tennessee, and that's where we have our Mindfield event. And this year, I can announce right now, for the first time, Mindfield 5.0 is going to be held Saturday and Sunday, August 24th and 25th at this location. Everybody's invited. It's a free event. Just go to mindfieldmeet.com and check it out. And the website is being updated as we speak. And I'll have T-shirts and everything on there soon. But please go there and register so that I can get an idea of how many people are coming. And you're going to be there this time? You're going to be there, Randall?
Absolutely. I try to make it every year, but for those of you who don't know, and I'm sure most people don't know, the Mindfield meet is actually the reason why the documentary happened in the first place, because I found out about it. I thought it sounded cool, but it was during the time when I wanted to meet Billy to make the documentary. So I went to the Mindfield meet. I had a good time, and when I had the chance, I pulled Ken to the side and I said, "Hey, would you mind introducing me to Billy?" And so that's how it all got started. So yeah, of course, I'm going to try to make it out this year for sure.
Excellent, excellent. And I'm just going to play. Here's the trailer for the movie. Check it out.
In the spring of '85, the talent of Billy Perrine began.
This is one of the few art exhibits that have been composed by one person and one person only.
What you see today is the result of a lot of playing around and sitting around and thinking about it.
When he works without a harness. I mean, we were waiting for him to just...
He's very much in control when he's working. He sets himself up for success.
I didn't realize how talented Billy was. He took it down piece by piece, got them all down there, and somehow figured out how to put them all back up.
It's unlike anything that you've seen before.
This is incredible. I often dream that I can step off of someplace and just be suspended. You know, I won't fall to the ground.
He will be lost without some form of metal work.
I don't foresee Billy stopping until his death.
Wow, what a fascinating story and a fascinating man, Billy Tripp. And like everybody that sees this structure for the first time, you don't know what to think. Is it some kind of kitsch art? Is it some insane person that put it together? But everything you see there has a purpose and has been thought out and planned down to the last bolt. And Billy himself, although he is an artist, he doesn't consider himself an artist because he's not doing this for us. He's not doing it to be seen by the public, really. He's doing it for himself. It's a fascinating story, and your documentary really, I learned a lot of things that I didn't even know, and I've known him since 2017.
Well, that's good. I went into it hoping I could make, a really thorough, deep dive look into his life as much as I can in 90 minutes. Obviously, there was a bunch of stuff I had to leave out, especially stuff in his books. But at the same time, I don't want my film to be a replacement for the books, rather a supplement. So I'm glad to hear that, because I definitely wanted to have elements in it that would ease someone into the subject who didn't really know what it is, but then have enough depth in there so where someone who is familiar maybe walks away, learning someone new.
Yeah,
learning something new.
Yes, right. And to realize what it is, it's an altar to his love for his parents and his wife, and it's a final resting place for himself. And knowing that, for him to let us drone pilots fly it every year, that's even more special, I think. And we'll have more about that here in just a little bit. And I will share a video that I made when I first met him back in 2017. But right now, we do have to get into the news.
Stop the music. It's time for news.
All right, and I see some super chats coming in. Thank you very much. We'll talk about that a little bit later. But right now, Jeff Sills in the newsroom. What's going on there, buddy?
Oh, well, man, this week's news, I was not prepared for the stuff that I found.
But it is brought to you by Camera Butter, is it not?
Okay, yeah. Yes, the TNL News is brought to you by Camera Butter.
It is.
Ultra high quality ND filters, screen protectors, and FPV accessories. If you want no compromised performance from your camera, you get some Camera Butter. CameraButter.com.
Go to CameraButter.com. and check out all the new stuff that Paul has up there. Camera Butter, ND filters, and 3D prints, and all kinds of accessories for your drone. From Canada, not China, if that means anything to you. He's a Canadian guy up there doing it. So, all right, Jeff, what's in the news, buddy?
Oh boy, we'll start this one off with a bang. Yeah. Philly Drone Life gets a chance to finally face the music.
Yes, he does.
Philadelphia man is in legal trouble for what he calls entertaining videos using his drone. But the federal government says it's illegal. Action News reporter Becca Hendrickson has the details from South Philadelphia tonight.
His YouTube videos flying drones around Philadelphia have thousands of views.
Here goes Willie.
But according to the FAA, these videos Michael DiCursio makes where he flies close to buildings and crashes into himself aren't harmless entertainment. They're dangerous.
They're videos that are edited. And as everybody knows, anything can happen in edited video.
DiCursio, who's known on YouTube as Philly Drone Life, says he started flying as a way to get healthier and make people laugh.
So I was bought a drone to get myself out of the house, and it worked.
Now he's up against the U.S. Attorney's Office, which filed a civil suit against him with penalties adding up to nearly $200,000.
You look into a person, find out they have nothing, so let's throw the book at them. 182 grand, let's do it.
In a 15-page civil complaint, the federal government says since 2019, DiCursio has broken several rules, flying at night in inclement weather, too close to buildings and people, and too close to the airport.
Hurting people with it and trying to get in the airspace, why would I do that? Why would I risk my life and people on a plane. It's just stupid.
There are two types of people who can fly drones. Those who have a commercial license, like we do at 6ABC to fly Drone 6, and those who do it as a hobby, but took a safety test like DeCurcio did. Now, there are different rules for each type of pilot, but there is one big overlap, and that is flying safely.
This couldn't hurt. It couldn't kill you.
DeCurcio says he's never broken any rules or flies dangerously, but the government disagrees.
Now imagine that you're on welfare, you have nothing, you live in your mother's home. Now what's going to happen to you? See, that's the part that everybody needs to understand. I have nothing.
In South Philadelphia, I'm Becca Hendrickson for Action News at 10 on PHL 17.
So he's portraying himself as a victim, which is extra pathetic, because I've dealt with the FAA. They don't just pounce on you and give you $200,000 worth of fines. They reach out to you. They call. They send a letter. They may knock up at your house, but they do it repeatedly. And they've done it repeatedly with this guy for years. And like I said, I've held my tongue. I'm not going to hold my tongue anymore. And it's sad because I'm from Philadelphia. And he is a poor representation of Philadelphians. And he's also a poor representation of the drone community. And there's a lot of, I hate to use these words, but virtue signaling happening here and there. People talking about, you're flying too close to the game, too close to the airport, you're doing this. You're having arguments with neighbors when you're trying to do your real estate drone flying. And then people say, you're the kind of person that's ruined the hobby. No, this guy, this douchebag is actually ruining the hobby by what he's done and what he's been doing for years. Your thoughts, Jeff?
Well, okay, so I was introduced to Philly Drone Life's channel years ago when I started doing the news for this channel. I had viewers that told me, "Hey, you got to go check out this guy's channel," and I went and I watched his videos, and I sat there and I watched him intentionally break the rules over and over. Every single video, he was breaking the rules. He was doing things that were inherently dangerous. That as a drone pilot, I knew that there was risk involved in what he was doing. Yet he's doing this in central, Philly, over houses and buildings and stuff. But the simple fact that, when he's called on it, he doesn't stop. He keeps making videos. He keeps doing the same thing that he was doing, right? And I mean, most recently he flew around one of the skyscrapers there and flew above the clouds. It's like, what are you thinking?
He's trying to be funny, but it's absolutely not funny. No. And it's it's all about intent with the FAA. It's all about intent. And I am sure that he never intended to put anybody in danger, but he doesn't know that they're not going to be in danger the way he's flying. And then somebody else sees him doing this, thumbing his nose at the rules and regulations, and then other people will be like, well, he didn't get in trouble, so I guess I won't. So, but the thing is with the FAA, and I've dealt with them personally, they are a government agency, and they are slow as molasses. But what happens once molasses gets a hold of you? You're done. You can't escape. And he around, and he's finding out. And I have zero sympathy for him. Zero.
Well, yeah, because now he has the attorney for the Eastern District of Pennsylvania, Jacqueline Romero. She's the one that is levying the fines against him. And, per the judgment, it's a $1,501 per violation. And they've gone through his YouTube channel and gone through each one of his videos and listed it all up. And it's $182,000. We talked about him 2 years ago when the FAA first approached him and sent him letters for months saying, you're doing something wrong, you need to stop. And finally, they sent him a letter saying, we're going to fine you this amount of money if you don't stop.
But he ignored them.
And he ignored them.
Yeah. I had the shit scared out of me in 2017. I got a visit from the FAA in 2016. In July of 2016. You know what happened in August of 2016? Part 107 was born.
Yeah.
Right? But in July, it was still the Wild West. Woohoo! You know, and everybody's like, how high, how far, how fast? And I did the same thing. And I'm going to play the video that brought the FAA to my door. I had lunch with the FAA. They had the fish. But all it took was one visit. Once. So here, this has been private on my channel since 2016. Some of you may remember, but here's what brought the FAA to my door.
Hi. There's some pretty interesting looking clouds here. I think it's about to rain, but the clouds are very low, so I'm gonna go up and see if I can't fly around in them. And it's pretty bright, so I'm gonna wear the goggles. Ha ha! Goggles on! Let's go up and check out the clouds.
Now, I'm not near any airports, and I'm in, like, you know, BFE, Tennessee here, so.
1,000-acre Carroll County Lake. Maybe I misjudged how high the clouds are.
So, watching this again, I'm just envisioning some FAA dude watching this. You know, going, oh, we got to visit this guy.
Yep.
Right?
Am I getting anywhere near them?
This is a Phantom 4, by the way.
Let's take a look down real quick.
I think. Wait, what was
Oh,
that?
yeah. Oh, we're way
Phantom
up
3 or 4 at that time?
No, I think that
2016?
Oh, man.
Look,
it
I
won't let
couldn't
me go any higher.
Couldn't go any higher.
Might as well take a look around.
1,600 feet high.
Gee whiz, I think you can see the curvature of the earth.
Unless it's flat. So there you go. So that's the video that brought them to my door, and I was terrified. He was very nice. He explained to me at lunch. I offered to buy. He said no, that would be a bribe. He explained to me that Part 107 was coming out and that they were going to lock down the skies, and you had to do this and that. And I was like, okay, okay, G-man. But that's all it took was one for me. One.
Well, and you know, Philly Drone Life is not Part 107, and the stuff that he's doing.
Oh, he's not.
From what I understand, he's not.
Huh? And he's monetizing his YouTube channel. Yeah. Well, huh. I didn't know that. I thought for sure he was.
From what I understand, the lady when she did the interview was saying that he wasn't Part 107.
He took the trust test, but that's it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Randall, your thoughts?
I definitely think his reaction, you know, when answers in that interview that you showed, were really over the top, and he kind of seemed to miss the point of what he did wrong. Instead of actually addressing what he did, it just kind of seemed like he was trying to deflect. And as you said, paint himself as some sort of victim. You know, him saying, "Oh, I've got nothing," which I don't know what that has, you know, to do with anything.
It
you
doesn't.
Know,
being poor isn't an excuse. So.
Right. If I let's say there was a place, you know, where no guns were allowed and I owned a pistol, you know, and I strolled into that place waving a gun around, you know, that's a safety hazard and I would rightfully be arrested for it. Me saying, "Oh, well, I'm poor, you're coming after me just because I don't have anything," isn't really a defense.
Well,
now, obviously what he did isn't the same as necessarily waving a gun around, but as you guys said, it was in violation of codes meant for safety and privacy.
It's
so
just not a good look.
Seriously,
the
for sure.
The optics of this is just bad for the entire drone community. So anyway,
yeah.
All right. I'm not gonna go on. I said my piece. Silly Drone Life, ignore him. He's terrible at this. He's terrible at the drone thing. Terrible. I'm sure he's a nice person at heart. I'm sure. And all right. Just
he might be Silly Drone Life, but soon he'll be in Silly Drone Jail.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't know if he has more time than money. Maybe. But if it's federal, then yeah, he'll go to federal. But it's not. I think it's just state for now. But
gotcha.
He'll have to file bankruptcy and continue living with his mom. But, you know, he did say, and this is what a lot of people in the drone community say, that drones saved their life. He had some problems. I'm not going to mention what they are. It's not my place. He had some issues that he dealt with and thankfully got out of that hole, right? Found drones as an outlet, as many people do. So many people I hear say, drones saved my life. And it is true. It really does. If you find a hobby in a community like ours, it can really change your life. But again, that's no excuse.
You still got to follow the rules.
You have to follow the rules. All right, I'm done now.
All right. So instead of talking about crappy drones, let's talk about something amazing.
Yes.
SpaceX recently had their 200th landing of an orbital class rocket, and this drone footage gives you an up close front row seat.
This is every time I see it. How many times? 200?
200th landing of an orbital class rocket.
Every time I see this, it just reminds me we're living in the future. It's so amazing to see a rocket do that.
And I think that rocket, I think this is like its 15th landing. So they're reusing these rockets over and over again. It is just astounding to me that, you know, this happens almost every month. I mean, they're launching these rockets at a fairly brisk pace.
Yeah.
You know,
it does look beat up, doesn't it? It looks like my FPV quad, like it beat up.
The one that I love is when two of them come down at the same time and land on two separate pads side by side. That just blows my mind every single time.
Yeah, that is
this is what, as a kid, we looked at. This is Buck Rogers, right?
Well, that's like what they did in cartoons, like in Bugs Bunny did that, you know? Not in real life. That's amazing. That's amazing.
All right, so next in the news, rumor has it at some point in time recently, there was a Super Bowl of some kind. And, you know, we really don't care about football. We want to care about the 1,000 drones that made a spectacle for all of the people in Las Vegas.
How many drones?
This was 1,000 drones. It was designed by Sky Elements. They are one of the leaders now, I guess, here doing some of the more elaborate shows. In fact, I think we have talked about several of the Sky Elements demonstrations in the past. So.
I've never seen a cluster drone show yet, but I want to be this. I want to be this drone pilot that films the drones. I want to be the drone guy that films the drones, like the FPV guy that flies through them and stuff. That would be a bucket list kind of thing.
I want to meet the people that designed the routes that the drones have to take to make these drawings, but then not combine or crush into each other as they're transitioning from one image to another.
Right.
That, to me, the technology behind that is just amazing.
And they're getting faster too, because the motion is the thing that really reveals the technology behind it. There was one done in China recently. It was just so fast, and it was in real time. Yeah, this
truly
is
amazing stuff.
Truly awesome. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so less than awesome, but it's out of Bristol, and I happen to love it because anytime the police share with us these little gems, I have to share them with you. So this is footage taken by the Bristol Police Department. They were conducting a drug raid. And so as you can see, all the police officers are running into the building, right?
Yeah.
Pay very close attention to the roof.
Oh, okay.
Because the drug dealer decided that he didn't want to stay there.
Right.
Talk to the police department. So,
oh, there he is.
Yeah, there he goes. Right out the roof.
Oh, my gosh.
The whole time the drone is sitting here filming him, you know, and so they're like, hey, you know, that
he's on the roof. He's over there.
So using the drone, they kept an eye on him until the police were able to nab him. But yeah, this gentleman tried to escape and didn't make it.
They always go for the roof, don't they? But they forget about drones.
Yes, they completely forget about drones.
Yeah, that is
because
awesome.
You don't hear the drones. They're
way up high. Yeah,
you know?
I don't hear a drone, so there's no drone. I'll go on the roof. Idiot. So they did catch him?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Okay, let's fast forward to that. Let's see. Oh, they nabbed him. You're out.
Trying to get to the railway line. Great place to try to get away from the cops.
Right. Wow.
Okay.
Yeah.
So next in the news, the researchers at Oregon State University College of Engineering are testing what they call offensive swarm-enabled tactics, or offset. And the objective of this, and it's not something that they have completed, it's still in the design phase, but the tech is going to allow a single operator to oversee 100 UAVs or more. And right now they're conducting tests for the physical and psychological capacities needed to be able to do that multitasking effort.
Neat.
But this is part of a program for the U.S. military where they can have a single operator controlling up to 100 drones, and it's part of the trained swarm program, and it's just amazing.
Jay in the chat did mention something that I wanted to do, but I can only play a few seconds of this for the before I get hit for it. So here you go.
Yeah.
Okay, that's it. That's all I get. That's all I can do if I get in trouble. But you're right, Jay. That would have been funny.
That would have been, yes,
Sorry.
perfect. All right. So next in the news, this, you would think that Philly would be the king, but Pennsylvania decided they wanted to step up the action. So this doofus is going to get 4 years in prison for flying his drone over an AFC championship game.
Complaint filed in federal court, and an affidavit in support of the criminal complaint explains what led up to the stoppage in play. Investigators say Matthew Herbert was flying an unregistered drone over M&T Bank Stadium during the game, taking pictures of himself and the stadium, violating federal law. Herbert is now facing multiple federal charges for operating an unregistered drone, operating a drone without an airman's certificate, and for violating United States airspace. Herbert told investigators he did not have any training on how to operate a drone, nor a license to operate the drone, and was unaware of federal requirements for flying one. Multiple steps Agent Rodsky, who investigates aviation crimes, says were missed by Herbert.
The key is just to be safe. Line of sight, know what you're doing, know what the regulations, register your drone. If you need a license, get that license. You can seriously hurt a lot of people, especially at a stadium like this.
Investigators say Herbert also told them he was unaware of any drone restrictions around M&T Bank Stadium during a football game. Federal law restricts drones from flying within a 3 nautical mile radius of any stadium with a seating capacity of 30,000 or more during a Major League Baseball, National Football League, or college football game, and major motor speedway events. The temporary flight restriction applies 1 hour before the event time and runs until 1 hour after the event concludes.
Any event that includes 30,000 people or more, operating a drone over that crowd is dangerous.
Agent Rodsky says because drone usage has become more common, people should know the rules and know the law.
Anywhere we have a crowd of more than 30,000, there's going to be a TFR. Go to FAA.gov. Otherwise, we FBI, we're going to be looking at you.
And the adage, see something, say something, Agent Rodsky says, can also apply to drones.
If you see something, a drone in a place where it shouldn't be, say something, report that. Law enforcement on the ground will find that drone, and we all work together as a team.
Yeah, they're going to get you. And here's the thing. He said he didn't know. Bullpucky! All right? Even if he didn't know, even if he was a complete moron and shouldn't be driving or near sharp objects, right? If you bring your drone and there's no one else with a drone there, maybe it's not allowed. You look around, because if it were allowed, then everybody'd be doing it, right? But if you're the only guy there, you're like, nobody else had this idea to bring their drone?
I must be a genius.
I'm a genius.
Yeah. All right. So he has an arraignment scheduled for the end of February. I guarantee you guys I will be providing you a follow-up to this one.
Excellent.
All right. So next in the news, Ken, you were talking about drone shows, and I thought that maybe, the Super Bowl was good.
Yeah.
But the Legend of the Dragon Gate, I think, takes the cake.
Oh, yes. Yes. How many drones were here? How many?
So this is 1,500 drones, and this is at Marina Bay on February 10th, celebrating the Chinese New Year. And it's titled The Legend of the Dragon's Gate. And it's about celebrating the Year of the Dragon, obviously. And they drew this dragon in the sky, and then it moved and flew around and was animated. And it was just fabulous.
This is, again, how many drones?
1,500 drones.
Wow. Okay, I sped this up 2 times, but it's still amazing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, even if you watch the video not sped up, the movement, the flow is still astounding as to how they did it.
And by the way, if you've ordered something from DJI and haven't got it yet, that's because it's Chinese New Year.
They're all home. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all. I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere doing something.
Oh no, they all go home. Yeah,
they all go home.
Tradition.
Oh, okay.
They all go home. It's tradition.
Okay. All right. Excellent. All right.
Yeah. All right. So we have the U.S. Department of Energy is decided that they want to buy some drones, and this is specifically for emergency responses. And obviously, the federal government can't buy DJI drones, so they have procured a major contract with a company called EBX, and they have purchased the AG Eagle aerial system. It's essentially a flying wing, and this is going to be I guess a multi-program science and technology type system. They're going to use it to conduct research, develop solutions to increase the availability of clean energy, protect the environment, contribute to national security. And it's a cool looking drone. I can't wait to see some video footage or some footage of it in action. Because we are accustomed to just the quadcopters.
Right.
And I would be interested to see how they're going to implement a wing in what they do.
Is this carbon fiber or foam or what is it?
I don't have any information about what it's made out of. I will try to get some more information about it in the future. Like I said, the information on this was primarily around the fact that they had procured this, which it is a U.S. based company. So it's not one of the companies that is banned.
Okay, good.
All right. So next to the news, if you're a country who happens to be living near a war, for instance, you might run into some problems. And Moldova recently had an issue when one of the drones that they use in this war that carries explosives just decided to crash in Moldova near a town of Utalia.
Okay.
And this is a Russian drone that crashed there. It had explosives in it. The explosives did not detonate when it hit the ground. It was about 50 kilograms of explosives. And so the government was forced to come out there and clear the crash site. And, their bomb disposal team had to come out and remove the explosives, etc. Needless to say, they have condemned Russia for this activity and the fact that they lost one of their drones that just arbitrarily flew into a neighboring country and potentially could have killed people.
Oh, yeah. I'm glad it didn't.
Oh yeah, I'm glad it just dropped itself into a field someplace. But I mean, still,
right?
You're living near a war zone,
right? Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And speaking of war zones, I don't know how to really put this, but apparently there's some very stringent security measures that are going to be placed in Delhi along the border to stop a farmer protest called the Delhi Chaho. And so the police recently released this video letting them know that we have a barricade that you're not going to get past.
Right. Unless you go around it on the right there. That looks it's impassable.
I mean, farmers,
there's no way
tractors.
There's no way you can't unless
right. Unless you happen to have a tractor.
Right. Unless your vehicle steers, then you're screwed, man. You're not getting through that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. This open field. Oh, yeah. I think I'll take a right on this here. Wow. Okay.
Well, they wanted intimidation tactics, so there you go.
Yeah.
All right, and last in the news for me is this special gem. And this one actually deserves to have the music attached to it. A suspected burglar recently was caught on a police drone at a home in California as he attempted to escape. And fell in the pool. Yeah. The drone just happened to be there at the perfect time, the perfect place to catch this guy.
Whoopsie.
As he fell in the pool during his escape. And he didn't get away. So
that is funny. Let's watch that again.
Oh yes.
So he's trying to get up on the roof, and then whoop! Oh, it's a good thing the water was there. He could have really gotten hurt instead of just wet.
Oh,
Doesn't he hit the edge right before he goes in?
Let's see.
It looks like he does.
Let's see. Let's watch. He might have hurt his back a little bit, but
Yeah, I think he hits the edge or he hits the ladder before he splashes into the water.
Well, I hope the handcuffs don't rust from him being wet. So I have one more news story. All right. And I think with all of this bad news going around, we need a good news story right now. So I'll just roll this for you. Enjoy.
The news stinks. Every headline I see makes me feel worse than the last. But every once in a while, there's a story that makes me feel great. I'd like to share one now in a segment called The Kind of Story We Need Right Now.
I love photography and I love flying and things to do with flight, and so I was hooked.
Brian Telford uses his drone to take pictures of properties for sale.
It's a blast. Most of my work is in really rural areas.
He was in Fairview on Wednesday, close to the Taylors neighborhood.
I was sitting right here, finishing up my dinner, and I had noticed that there was a couple lights through our kitchen window.
Something was in the window just staring at the family, and it freaked them out.
After about 5 or 6 seconds, I noticed it had like a flight pattern like a drone, and I was like, that's a drone out the window. Dad, there's a drone out the window.
I hurried to the door, and the only thing I could grab was my granddaughter's scooter to be able to take this drone down.
We hucked it at it, so it was kind of exciting because it was like, yes, you took it down, right? And we were totally excited, and they go out and they fetch the drone, bring it in, and then we're weirded out because there is a note attached.
Abe and Trenton picked the drone out of the snow and found a note on it that read, "Help, please."
We opened it up and he explained to us that, can you please help? I'm in my truck, stuck in the snow, I'm a wheelchair bound, and cannot, I believe, back up.
Brian was coming up this hill to take pictures and videos from his drone when he got stuck in this area. He tried for about an hour to get help, and when he couldn't, that's when he sent his drone.
I just figured, hey, it's worth a shot. I think this is a good idea. So smarter than it would have been for me to try and get out.
Brian knew he would not be able to get himself into his wheelchair and pull himself out of the snow. So Abe and Trenton set out looking for him.
The fact that they were coming over, I was like, oh, this is good. I could breathe better.
They used their side-by-side and chains to pull him out of the snow.
That people are out there that will come out of their way to, come out in the dark in the snow and lend a hand.
Brian turned out to be a great guy. Of course, there's a gentleman dedicated to his craft to be able to work while, it's not easy for him to get on site and to do what he does. So to be able to help him out was very gratifying.
The scooter did not get the best of Brian's drone, and it's still flying high. After a friendship that started in the unlikeliest of ways.
Anytime I'm up here, I'm going to come by and say, hey.
Please do.
What started as a crazy situation with the best possible ending.
And I got some new friends up there.
Absolutely, yeah.
See, this is a great lesson for everyone involved. Because initially the homeowner's reaction was, throw a scooter at it. It's a drone. It's filming me.
Yeah.
Right? But they found out that it was just some guy that needed help, a decent drone guy, and now they're friends. And
yeah, I was waiting to hear what happened to the drone. I was glad to hear that the drone didn't get damaged, because they're thinking, yeah, the drone came in and they saw it and they saved him and were able to get to him, and it's the drone's
right. Now, if that happened here in Tennessee or Kentucky, he would have been rescued, but he would have had a drone with a lot of buckshot in it.
Oh yeah,
and not a scooter. But there you go.
I think there would have had to be picking up the pieces of the note there. They'd go over to look at the damage. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah.
And they'd be like, what the heck is this? And the
they have
paper's in like 10 pieces.
Tape it together. Right. Yeah. But anyway, that's a good story. All right. Well, Jeff, thank you very much for the news. Do you have any more updates on the hot water heater for everybody?
We will be working this weekend and doing the initial assessment on trying to get it installed. Like I said, there's the only thing that I don't have a lot of experience with is plumbing. So I've got to figure out how to run the new lines.
Oh, Jeff, you've got 7 kids. You've got experience with plumbing. Yeah, there's the comedy you're paying for. All right. Thanks, Jeff. Jeff? Buddy?
Right.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks for stopping by. Now get out.
We love our Jeff. There we do. All right, now here's the point where you tell the joke. This is your moment. Yes.
Well, all I can say is, some of those news stories that we had today, they may have been piloting drones, but clearly they're the ones who needed the pilot.
Okay. All right. Good.
No.
A smattering of applause. There, just not too many. Just there you go. All right. Before we go any further, I do want to thank the people who have been super chatting this whole time, and thank you very much for the people who sent in their support before the show even started. So let's go back. I'm going to roll this back, and I want to thank the Robs, all the Robs. Thank you, Rob Muller, for €6. He says some euros all the way from Harlem. Have a great TNL. So good to see that Jeff is back at the news desk, although Keith did a great job. $20 from Drone Rob. Thank you very much, Drone Rob. As always, happy TNL day, he says. One Vision Ariel has been a member for 14 months, ready for another Mindfield. Again, you can go to mindfieldmeet.com and register. I think in the next couple days, the website's going to be completely redesigned. Thank you, Geeks Vana, for helping out with that. And Bill, thank you for being a member for 21 months. He says, hey, Bill. The Mojek, thank you very much for the €4.99. Happy 300th TNL. This is the 300th show, yes. Big celebration. That's why we're having the big guns on. That's why we're having the Randall on. I had to go through his people, and there was a lot of faxing back and forth. I had to check his rider. He wanted only green M&Ms. The whole thing. I had to get him tickets for the next Taylor Swift show. It was a whole deal. But we got him here.
No.
We got him here. Philip Koshat. Yeah.
Glad to be here, man. Glad to be here.
Good.
I appreciate you having me on.
I want to promote. You're very talented. I want to promote your film about our beloved
Thank you,
Mindfield.
Ken. I appreciate it, man.
Yeah. $10 from Philip Koshat. Happy 300th show, Ken. Next goal, 400. We'll see. I might be getting weary of this, although it is fun. It is still fun. We have a video from Philip to share later about a drone rescue. Keith, D&D Aerial Views, has been a member for 40 months. Thank you very much. 300 shows, only 3,000 more to go. Lol. Yeah, lol indeed on that. Artco. Hey, Art from Colorado. Yoder is a common Amish name. When the last Yoder leaves the community, it becomes de-Yoderized. People forget, but he used to be a comedian. Emphasis on past tense. I'm just kidding, Art. Yellow Rose Drone's been a member for 32 months. Looking forward to being at South Florida Drone Meet in April. That's always fun. And Dyna Drone. Hey, Dyna Drone, thanks for the support. $5. He says, I am here and you are there. Indeed. Rob Muller, back with the Pigeon Jerky Gang. He says, good to see you're back, Jeff Sills. And Media Mike says, good evening, Ken. So excited to join you live for the first time in months. Looking forward to a great show. $5 from Mike. Thank you very much. And TJ Grady with a $19.99 Anubis Arts. He says, very simple, and this is so important. I can't stress this enough. Randall, you're 27 years old, but as you go forward in life, you will come to realize how important pickles is. So you're having a bad day, just remember, pickles. All right. All right. Now we'll continue to accept new memberships. So far, the new membership count for tonight, 0. The goal is 1. Right. And you can keep those super chats streaming in. I know you guys were very generous to Jeff last week, and you don't have it in you. But oh my goodness, Paul, I can't ever say his last name. Slathog. Gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, Paul. Thank you. So we have 5. That is awesome. Thank you. All right. So I've got viewer videos and prizes. Let's just go ahead and give away a prize right now. All right. This is from Scotty Makes Stuff. These are Cinesticks. All right, and I'm gonna let Randall pick someone. Just say, pick me, pick me, pick me in the chat, and we will pick not one, but 2 different people to win, okay? All right.
I've got bad news for you, Ken. I don't think I can see the whole chat. I'm not sure if I could
that's
adequately
right.
pick someone.
That's all right. That's
sorry
all right.
about that, man.
I will pick someone, all right? So just say, pick me right now in the chat, and you can win these Cinesticks. They screw onto your controller, and they got little rubber gaskets on them, and you can really get those fine movements from Australia. These are Scotty make stuff.
Don't try to eat them. Don't make my mistake.
No, yeah.
You don't want to get your stomach pumped at the hospital. It's not a fun experience.
No, but I mean, the Jello was good, wasn't it? Hospital Jello is
the
always
best.
Good. It is.
The forbidden fruit. You know,
Yes.
It's always the tastiest.
Right. If it's brown, it's not Jello. Don't eat it. All right. So let's see. All right. 2 winners. We're gonna go with. Let's see. Paula Gustafson. I hope I'm saying that right. So Paula, congratulations. You got a set of these. And the second set goes to someone who's still not a member, and I can't believe it. TriPro. TriPro. Congratulations. We're not shaming you into becoming a member, but you've been in here forever and you're still not a member? Wow. But congratulations anyway. Congratulations! All right. So email me, okay? And remind me that you won something because I'm old and I forget things. You can email me here, kenheronupload@gmail.com. You can send in your clips there as well, all right, for next time. All right. Let's talk more about Mindfield, all right? And then I'm going to share viewer videos. I've got quite a few. So when is this thing? I think it's, according to this, it's coming up, and I'm going to be there at the screening. You're having a screening in Brownsville, Randall?
Yes, sir. So it's been at a couple film festivals. It's premiered in Jackson, Tennessee at the Hub City Film Festival. It's also been in California at the California Capital International Documentary Film Festival. And before I make it public, I want to make sure that the people of Brownsville have their own special screening. So that's going to be happening February 23rd. And it'll be at 6:30. There will be a Q&A with me and Beth Tripp, Dr. Beth Tripp, Billy's wife, after the movie. I will be giving away signed posters for people who participate in the Q&A. And then, of course, Ken will be there to announce, and talk about, the Mindfield meet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's going to be a really great event. So if you guys can make it to the event in Brownsville, it's going to be the last theatrical public screening before the movie goes out online. Definitely, make it. It's going to be a great event. It's going to be hosted at the what used to be the College Hill Theater. And I believe they renamed it to the Ann Marks Performing Arts Center, but it's still at the same location. It's still at College Hill.
Okay.
So I hope you guys can make it there. After that, a couple weeks after that, on March 9th, the movie will release online. It will be available on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, Randall the Vandal. There you can already find the trailers for the movie. I also have the announcement video, which he's shown the thumbnail to a couple times now, which sort of went into how the movie got made. And then I also have, if you're interested in Billy's books, I have an hour-long guide that goes into Billy's first book, The Sycamore Trees. So there's a bunch of stuff on my channel already about the Mindfield that I've made in the past couple of years. So you can go ahead and subscribe there.
I have a link in the description.
You'll be notified once the movie goes live. And also, I want to say that in addition to being on YouTube, it's going to have an exclusive torrent release. So if anyone knows how to torrent, you'll be able to torrent it. I'm planning on putting on like Pirate Bay and 1337 and Torrent Galaxy. And if you torrent it from there, you're going to get exclusive stuff. You're going to get exclusive photos and videos that won't be publicly released anywhere else.
You can have it on Magnet DL?
Huh?
Magnet DL?
Yeah,
Do you know that one?
yeah.
Okay.
I'm
all
go-
right.
it's all that's going to be public, the weekend of March 9th.
Okay.
So, there's going to be photos, there's the videos I'm planning, there's going to be an interview which was unreleased last year that a film festival did of me. There's going to be a little compilation of like bloopers and jokes that Billy made throughout the filming. There's going to be what I'm calling an epilogue. And so there's going to be some goodies in the exclusive torrent release.
And Billy is
if you
a
don't know how to,
fascinating. He's a fascinating guy, and we're talking all about what you're going to get. But when you see this movie, it's like you will know the man. He is absolutely fascinating, and to be able to call him a friend, it's really a privilege. When you're in his orbit and he's creating, and I know you've experienced this too, Randall. And I don't know if he really cares what we think, but sometimes when I'm there with him and he's doing stuff, he's like, "Hey, what do you think about this? I was thinking about putting this here and doing that." I really feel like I'm in his process, like my opinion matters. Like, well, yeah, but I mean, he's got a definite idea, map of what he wants to do in there, and just to be around him when he's thinking of that is really amazing. Now, I've ordered the movie on Laserdisc. I don't know when that's being told that's going to be a while. It's going to be a while for that. Okay.
Yeah, production on that has unfortunately been delayed,
Right.
but
Okay.
we'll get it to you.
Okay. And the event, the screening in Brownsville, is that open bar?
Open bar. I don't know if there's going to be any sort of admission to that. They haven't communicated to me that there is. But
Okay.
I'm sure it's open to the general public regardless of
Okay.
what the price ends up being.
So I'm going to play a clip. This is a clip from the film. And the way you put this together was really, really great. It's about a minute and a half.
Thank you.
And because, yeah, it's very well done. It's very well done because there was a certain person in the movie. I'm like, stop saying that. No, that's not. And then in the end, they come around. It's like, okay. So I'm going to play a little bit of that part. So here you go. This is from Mindfield, Steel Garden.
When you're in a small town and you're struggling, you try to find anything you can to get tourists to come. And so gradually over the years, the Mindfield was growing and expanding. And so you say, oh, there's this thing, you can come look at it. It's not like a big city where there's new buildings and structures going up and there's tons of money flowing. And, in a small town like ours, it's been pretty quiet.
It's like the Loch Ness Monster, you can't make your own. You can't go buy one and develop a legend about your town and then sell it. People try, places try to do that. I think Brownsville owes him a great debt of gratitude.
Did I ever tell you what goes along with Beth? Somebody, she helped me to give a speech on the Mindfield locally, and the guy introduced her as my interpreter. And so below it says interpreter. You see?
Oh,
You're
yeah.
reading it?
Yeah.
But I put the N and the second E backwards because in interpretation you don't quite get the full story. Well, look, she's got one hand back to the minefield and one foot, and the other hand and foot back to the courthouse. So she's
Yeah.
like a go-between.
Wow.
I like to build little stories into things.
When Billy said he was building that tower to process the grief, all of a sudden I realized this is not some tacky statue. This is an incredible love letter from a son to his parents.
Yeah, that's exactly it. She came around. She's like, it's not tacky. Once you understand Billy Tripp, the man, and the reason why he's doing all this, it makes so much sense.
Right. No, it really does. And I echo what you're saying as far as, when you're there with him and, you get to hear about his thought process. It's a really fantastic experience. And being able to spend as much time with him that I did and just being able to do this, I truly feel privileged and honored to have been able to do it because, he's somebody who's been in my life in the background since I was a child. And I've, always admired his work. So to be able to even do this, I was incredibly thankful for the opportunity. And then, as you know, he's just an incredibly nice person, easy to get along with. And so I'm happy to be able to call him, a friend. And, it's been, almost 2 years since I filmed this, but, we still stay in contact. And yeah, you got to love him, man.
He's a great guy.
He's awesome.
And I only discovered this when I was on Interstate 40 going towards Memphis, and there was an accident or something, and I had to take 70. So I had to go through Brownsville to get around it. And then I remember it was 2017. I was like, what is this? And I had my drone, and I was like, oh my God, this is awesome. And then I saw him over there welding or doing something. I was like, what kind of whack-a-mole does this? You have all these preconceived things, and then you're like, oh, okay. It's not like just somebody bought a bunch of towers and put it together in a hodgepodge, like, this is big, I'll put this over here. No, it's a cohesive art piece. And
right.
If you don't mind, I'm going to play the video, a little bit of the video that I made, the first video that I made with Billy. And it's probably
absolutely
one of my favorite, in my top 5 favorite. These are the kind of videos that I love doing, meeting interesting people in interesting places. And this is probably one of my, I forget, I have like 1,200 videos on my channel. This is definitely in my top 5. So
yeah,
enjoy.
It's a good one.
This is from 2017. Enjoy that.
That is a long way down. And now he's going to go all the way up to the tippy top.
He built this all by himself. All by himself. When did he start? 1986?
1989 is when he started.
Okay. And he will be reading here momentarily from his book, one of his books.
We are, when it comes down to saying so much quietness, and else to a great deal, having already said, what is life seems hardly answerable to the moment of there in life asking, and to there of the moment standing and receiving the questions of who are you and what is life, and if you are alive, then what is that, and where is the worth to all of you, but what of you is here today. So, what is one to ever do but try? It ought to be simple, or rather more simple, maybe, if life pre-followed birth and we knew the days thereof before we got started. Do the work. Heaven and hell is in every act. Try to do what is and bombard the smithereens.
Wow. Try to do what is and bombard the smithereens. I get a little choked up when I think about the fact that that is his final resting place. And it's going to be pretty much under the canoe. Is that right?
Right. Yeah, right. That's one thing that, you know, I unfortunately didn't have the time to go into in the documentary, but the entire thing is just this beautiful meditation on life and death. There's multiple symbols of life and death and the symbiosis of life and death, and it's a reflection of how he thinks about that subject. And then you also have to think about how it's constantly growing and decaying at the same time. New things are coming up, and the things that have already been there are, you know, sort of aging and rusting. And then the things that it's made of is scrap. It's scrap metal. He has metal from burned buildings. You know, obviously a lot of the structures are salvaged from places that were going to be demolished. And so it's this beautiful representation of the symbiotic nature of life and death, among other things. So, you know, it's fantastic stuff.
It really is. How old is Billy? He's 66?
68.
Is he 68 now?
Yeah, he's 68 now, I believe.
Wow. And he plans on giving this over to a conservatorship once he's unable to continue.
The details of that are in the movie. Once you watch it, it does go into that, because that's sort of what I wanted the focus of to be, because for most of his career, he's always said, oh, I'm going to do this until I'm no longer physically able. But now he is sort of getting ready and making preparations to sort of put a bow on this thing. And so the movie does have details on that and what he plans to do with the Mindfield once he retires. So definitely watch the movie on that. But yeah, he's partnered with the Kohler Foundation. You know, they're a nonprofit organization that's worked with a lot of outsider artists to preserve their art. So yeah, I think they're going to do a good job.
I'm very, very proud to have been even a little part in getting more eyes on this thing and maybe getting more visitors to Brownsville, who is embracing this more and more as pretty much their identity. I mean, you know, what else you got? You know, other than that,
I think between that and Blue Oval, you know, Blue Oval's been a big thing for them, but yeah, absolutely, they've embraced this more and more, and like you said, I'm happy to see it for sure.
Absolutely. All right. So again, how do people that are watching the stream right now, when can they see it? There's people in other countries that are going to want to watch this that aren't going to be able to get to the premiere.
Yeah, like I said, you know, if you can't make it to Brownsville on February 23rd, it's going to be released online on my channel, Randall the Vandal, on Saturday, March 9th. It will also have an exclusive torrent release, so if you know how to torrent, you can torrent it, and it'll come with exclusive photos and videos. So I hope everybody really enjoys that. So
excellent. All right. Well, let's shift gears very quickly. There's something I wanted to share in the news, but didn't have time. Somebody sent me this thing. It's a cool waiter drone. It's a little delivery drone thing. So yeah, watch this. Of course, that's in Nevada. But did you know that it could lift that much? Wow, this is a really cool idea. Yeah, just delivered your stuff via Avata. 4.4 pounds. I didn't know that. It's a big burger you can deliver there. That's crazy. Right? Neato, huh?
Absolutely.
That's pretty neat, isn't it?
I feel like that'd probably be most useful in a controlled environment. When it was, you know, flying around outside, I was just waiting for a gust of wind to just spill the fries and the burger everywhere. But yeah, no, that's really cool.
It is cool. And whenever you see these types of things, it's always got some cool music in there. Because as we all know in the drone community, the Avata is hella loud. So, here's the raw video. Hey, you want your beer? Here you go, buddy. Here's your beer, buddy. Just ignore the noise, pal. All right. Yeah, no, it'll be fine. That's the actual noise from that drone. It's freaking loud. I know you guys are just chilling out. Relax here. Take your burger. Hey, give me that glass. Okay. I'm sorry, what? I'm sorry, what?
Well, hey, look on the bright side. You'll know when your food's on the way to you.
Yeah, no kidding. Yeah, you'll hear it coming for
You're
sure.
like, what?
Right, huh? What?
Food's on the way.
Huh? Say
Food's
again?
here,
What?
guys.
Huh? What? Okay. So let me get to a few of these viewer videos. Again, if you want to send them in, you can send them here. KenHeronUpload@gmail.com. Make sure that you let me know what the music source is, because YouTube will get its panties in a wad if it's copyrighted. So use Epidemic Sound. Free trial links in the description. They've got thousands and thousands of choices for music and sound effects and everything. All right? Epidemic Sound, because everything else is a crap. That's right. All right. Let's go to Australia. And speaking of Australia, our buddy Carbon Cage, I forget how old he is, a young man. And Carbon, if you're watching, you went to fly FPV around some monster trucks, and you said you were going to send me that video, and you didn't. So please send me that video. You can send it here. All right, Carbon, I'm talking to you. I want to see that. This is from Paul Thompson. Says, hello, Mr. Heron. I went on a 10,000K road trip across Australia a few weeks ago. The first video is along the Great Australian Bight. Is that it? Bight? Maybe I'm not reading that right. Yeah. It was a recon flight. Almost turned into Where's Wally, as it took about 90 seconds to find my takeoff point. Lesson learnt: wear an incandescent hat and shirt so you can find your way back. That is beautiful. Randall, you ever been to Australia?
No, but that is a view right there.
Look at that. You know, there's some killer Australian sharks just waiting for you to get in there.
I don't know about sharks. They definitely have some big scary spiders over there,
They
so
do.
I can't imagine
this
the
second
kind of
flight,
sharks
by the
they
way,
have in those waters.
This is the longest straight road in the Southern Hemisphere.
That is crazy.
90 miles of a straight road. It's almost like they're in Kansas. Or Nebraska. Oh, Nebraska. Oh, God. What a hellscape. I think I'd rather live in the outback in Australia with the rocks and the scary spiders. Thank you for saying that in, Paul Thompson. Appreciate that. Okay. So our buddy Brett Lambert, a.k.a. Lambo Drives a Zambo, sent in this video, and it's really cool. It says, hey, Ken, happened to be up north visiting the parents this past weekend, and I thought this place may bring back some memories for you. I caught a long break in the weather and a beautiful sunrise there in Duluth, Minnesota. I used to live there. Oh, this is nice.
You were the laughter that kept me alive. You were hello, and I was goodbye. An ember that flickered, that faded away. You were the summer, I was that same old shit in me. Now you're gone, and I'm losing my mind, losing my mind, losing my mind. Now you're gone. Why did you cut me up, bring me out, and leave me high and dry?
Very nice, Brett.
Yeah, that was gorgeous. Great editing on that one as well, and good music choice. Very good.
That's epidemic, man. That is epidemic. Plenty of music choices. Are you going to integrate a drone into your work?
If I get the chance, once I don't have one currently.
No.
But once I ever get one, for sure, or if I just, collaborate with someone who does, which, we did during the Still Garden, I did use some of your, one or two of your shots, so I appreciate that.
And you showed me a little bit of the footage that you were filming when you started this, and it was kind of shaky, and so I gave you a gimbal.
Yeah.
And you didn't use it.
I mean, this was like a no budget production type thing. It just, I just sort of fell into it, but it was the kind of thing where I felt like it was the right time, and if I didn't make it then, it just wasn't going to happen. And I just wanted to make it. I felt like if I didn't make it, there was a good chance that something like that would never get made about Billy while he was alive. So, it just had to happen that way.
Yeah, and good on you for doing that. Now, speaking of Duluth, I did live there in Duluth. Lambo drives a Zambo, and I did drive a Zamboni when I lived there for a little bit. I went up there for a radio job, and the radio people said, we can't afford to keep you. So I was like, oh, all right, I'll drive a Zamboni. And I did. And I was there in 2008 for a little under a year, and it's beautiful in the springtime. There's about 45 minutes where everything's green and warm there in the summer, like in the height of summer. There's about 47, 48 minutes where it's really nice, but then the rest of it is just a wintry hellscape. So here's what I look like, and I think I look the same. Here's me in 2008, waking up one morning realizing that it was going to be an inside day.
Hi. So I was thinking about riding my motorcycle today, maybe a little bit. It's 72 degrees and sunny in South Carolina. So let's see what it's like here in Duluth. Oh.
Yeah.
Hey, there's my car. There's Kim's car. Yeah, I don't know. It may not be a good day for that. Maybe tomorrow.
Yeah. That was not sound effects, by the way. That
right.
That was
Yeah.
I
could see it. I could see the snow blowing through the winds. That was pretty gnarly.
And that just reminded me of the most annoying thing. The annoying thing living in that house was, of course, it being 45 below zero sometimes. But when the wind blew, there was somebody around. I could never find it. They had a flagpole, and the rope would hit the flagpole in the wind, and it just think. It was driving me mad.
Man.
I was gonna cut it down. I was gonna cut it, but I couldn't find it.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it was just, like people that have wind chimes on their porch. That's just inconsiderate.
Right.
Don't put wind chimes on your porch. If you live in a neighborhood, if you live out in the country by yourself on a farm, sure. Wind chimes. Golly, the hell's wrong with you? All right. Let's see. Now, is it time to give away a Lume Cube strobe light? Maybe? Is it?
I believe it is.
How would we do it? How would we do it?
Well, let's see. Last time we did the pick me.
No, we don't want to do that. This is like a $50 value. This is something that people use. Yeah, this is good. This is good stuff. So, do you have access to your YouTube page?
Do I have access to it?
Yeah.
Like currently, like on my phone or computer?
Yeah, or like you can go to it right now, right?
Sure. Let me see if I can.
Right. Randall the Vandal.
I'm using my phone as my camera right now, so let me see if I can. Have I disconnected? Am I still there?
Oh, no. Don't disconnect. Don't disconnect. All right, so we're
here. Am I still there now?
No, don't forget. Don't.
Okay.
Switch it, man. You're gonna drive me mad. Vertical video. Good God, man. All right, so
I'm back.
Here is your channel. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So let's just pick a video here. Let's pick.
Yeah, pick a Still Garden video.
Which one?
Pick a trailer or something. Pick the one about Billy's book, The Sycamore Trees Explained.
This one? Okay.
Yes.
All right, so we're going to go here, and we're going to pick a winner from those who comment on this video right now. How about that? All right. There's a link to
Sounds
his
good.
channel in the description. And so, do you have access? Now, if you only have your phone, is that it? You don't have your computer?
Yeah. Now, when I exited the app, did you lose my feed?
Yeah, we can't risk it. I'll do it. I'll pick somebody.
Okay.
I will pick somebody.
No problem.
All right. So here's the comments. Sort by newest. All right. So we'll just let this simmer for a little bit. Tell us about your name. Randall the Vandal. Are you a vandal, or does it just rhyme with Randall?
No,
You can find it. Yeah.
So I created that YouTube channel. You'll see there's if people go, they'll see there's a bunch of videos related to like movies and media and stuff.
Right.
Before I started doing documentary work, and that's because I originally started the channel when I was in college. My college buddies had several nicknames for me. One of them was Randall the Vandal, which they took from a video game. And I just thought that sounded like that could be like an online name, and so that's what I named the channel when I started it. And so that's the story behind that. It's not in the movie, but I do have a video clip of me and Billy actually talking about that, and him being like, "No, I don't like that name."
Oh, okay.
Out of all things, why did it have to be Vandal? Why couldn't you call it Randall the Sandal or Randall the Candle?
I wanted to put you in my Instagram post about this, but there's about 3,000 Randall the Vandals. I didn't know your Instagram, so. Yeah, there's a lot of there's a lot of people named Randall that noticed that Vandal rhymes with their name.
Yeah, so my Instagram is actually a really long one. It's Steel Gardener Randall the Vandal.
Oh, okay, great.
And so if you put that in, it comes up instantly. Right. I might have the longest Instagram name ever.
Here we go. We've got some comments. All right. How do we decide?
Let's see. What have they commented? I can't really tell from your feed here.
It says, "Hey Ken, nice video." Well, it's not my video. Hi from Ken Heron, checking this out. Definitely have to read this book. Ken sent me. You rock for doing this. Let's reload it again here. You're getting a lot of comments. Hopefully these people are also subscribing.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you're interested in the movie, go ahead and subscribe, so that way you know when the movie goes live again, and it'll be Saturday, March 9th.
It really is.
What new comments do we have?
It really is a great movie. It's so well done. And this is your first like full length, like documentary type thing. It's amazing.
Yes, I appreciate the compliment, man. It is my first full length feature film. You know, once again, this was something I fell into when I started doing it. I didn't know how long it was going to be, but at a certain point, you start filming and you're like, this is going to be a long one. So I'm happy it turned out the way it did. I'm glad people enjoy it. I hope people enjoy it when it comes out. I hope everyone watching this stream, if they watch it, I hope they really like it.
They will. I guarantee it. I would not steer you wrong. Yeah, even if you're not from here, even if you're not from this country, this man, this Billy Tripp, he's a fascinating character. Fascinating. It's so. I'm gonna go visit him tomorrow. I'm gonna go over. Tomorrow I'm going over there. Just gonna say hi. Yeah, I haven't seen him in a minute. So I'm looking at this. We got some comments here. I like
some new ones.
Yeah, I like the one that says Ken's the best. Thank you for trying to fluff up my ego there. That's good. I love the way Ken is doing this. Thanks, Ken. Anybody that mentions me, of course, you're going to be, I'm drawn to that name. But
let me put my 2 cents in. I think we should prioritize any mention of the book.
Oh,
if like, especially that comment who's like, I'm going to read the book now. Yeah.
So you want to just
that's what we want.
You want to make him the winner? That person the winner?
Yeah,
because we have to pick somebody.
That guy got it.
Okay, definitely have to read this book. That's One Vision Aerial. One Vision Aerial, congratulations. You've got this. You've got this. Congratulations.
The whole point of making Still Garden or making the video about Billy's books is to get people to engage with it. You know, a lot of people know Billy for his sculptures, but they don't know him for his paintings, his poetry, or his books.
Or his motorcycle sculptures. His motorcycle.
Yeah, or his motorcycle, exactly.
Crazy.
And that stuff's also very important to him.
Yeah.
Especially his books, which are, if you really want to truly understand Billy and his work, you've got to read his books. So if you know someone's commenting that they're going to read the book, hey, that takes the cake. That's
Absolutely.
it. That's all I can ask for.
All right, so we got a winner, and we got a few more subscribers for you. There's a link in the description. I want to play another. I'm gonna play Philip Koshat's drone rescue video here, but first, it's been such an emotional roller coaster today, from the good to the bad. So I think right now we probably need to step into the Raz chamber. Randall, have you ever been in here before? Have you ever been in the Raz chamber before?
I believe it's my first time.
Oh, well, welcome, and thank you for wearing that little skimpy outfit. I appreciate that. Now, this is a safe place for everyone. Nothing can go wrong here. Everybody flies and follows the rules, and nobody upsets the FAA, and that scab you've been picking is all healed over. Everything is good here in the Raz as we're just sitting back and enjoying kicking our feet. There is one suggestion only, as you can do anything in here, but please refrain from passing the gas. Please don't fart in the Raz. Now sit back and enjoy. Oh my God! Backyard! What the hell is wrong with you, backyard? Backyard. Well, it's in his name. The air came from the backyard, so. Didn't we just tell him, Randall?
Yeah, I mean, you just never learns.
You just never learn. We told you. We warned you. Yet it's so relaxing. How can you help it? Especially if you're named Backyard. Anyway, so I feel better now. Now let's go and rescue a drone with Philip Koshat. Philip Koshat is he's a great supporter of the channel. He's a good friend. He says, Ken, we went and met up with Fly High FPV and the guys Saturday, had a great time. Dave, Fly High FPV, saved the day using his quad to save another selfless act by a fellow drone pilot. What a great location for FPV, right? Look at this. Yes. If the place won't give you a broken ankle or tetanus, we don't want to fly it. So he came in, he's trying to, almost. That drone is down. Here comes Dave. Boom! Yes! There's a replay. No quad left behind, man. No quad left behind! Are you feeling the love, Randall? Are you feeling it?
I gotta say, that location, I'm just looking at it, I'm like, that is like such a great location to shoot some kind of post-apocalyptic action movie or something.
Yeah, see,
the final shootout.
You're thinking like a filmmaker, right? You're like, that's a great Walking Dead location. Yeah, you need to come with us when we're hitting the bandos. You'll be like, oh man, wow, because we find all the good spots. Yes.
Sounds good.
Yep.
We'll have to plan that.
Speaking of FPV, I'm going on a secret mission Saturday. I can't talk about it. It's a secret FPV mission. And if I'm successful, I will be putting FPV in the spotlight. I can't say any more. Okay, I'll say a little bit more.
Mysterious.
I'm going to Atlanta. If this happens, if I can pull this off, it'll be a big win for all of us. So I'm gonna give it the old Ken try and see what happens.
Nice, man.
Yeah,
Good
yeah.
luck, man.
Oh, thank
I hope
you.
you're successful.
I hope so too. I can be pretty charming when I put my mind to it. So I hope to do. I use the power of the the white, the power of the white hair, the power of the gray, you know. So now I have a really short video from Brendan, aka Drone Me Up, and he sent this to me about a month ago. Again, if you email me something here, I check this about every 2 weeks. If you know my other email, you want to get in touch with me right away, then contact me there. But if you're sending clips for this show or for the crash videos, I check this email about every other week. All right, so don't get butthurt if I don't reply right away. Okay, but this is from Brendan, aka Drone Me Up. This is a very short little time-lapse sunrise at the Yadkin River in North Carolina. Enjoy. Oh, that's nice. Oh, that's so nice. Wow. That was too short. That was too short.
Yeah.
You want to see it again?
Yeah, let's play it again.
Let's go. Good call. All right. Oh, it's so relaxing. My goodness. Oh dear, I farted. That wasn't the Raz, but that was me. My bad. I apologize. Thank you, Brendan, for sending that in. Appreciate it. Yes. Did you have something else to add, sir? Oh, a joke? Is it jokey joke time?
Oh.
All right, hit us with another joke.
I have one.
Yeah.
Well, it's situational. The moment's gone. I'm gonna have to think of something else here.
Oh.
Let me see.
Okay. And I see some super chats coming in. Thank you very much. Going to mention them here in just a minute. But first, this fantastic joke. I told him to have just three jokes.
All right.
Yep.
Well, I think I met my quota, but I'm gonna give you another one to send things off. All right.
All right. What do you got?
So I'm gonna tell you one that I told Billy. I'm gonna tell an Amish joke. All right. Are you ready?
Go on.
All right. So there's an Amish family in the mall.
Mm-hmm.
They rarely go to the mall, never been to the mall before.
Yeah.
You know, dad, mother, son.
Uh-huh.
They're in the mall. The mom's shopping for clothes. The dad and the son are walking around. They're like, whoa, this place is wild. And we've never seen most of this crap.
Right.
They see an elevator going, up and down the floors of the mall. But they don't know what it is. They're just staring and they're watching people go in.
Yeah.
They're watching the numbers light up and come back down. And they're like, what is this? They see an old lady go into the elevator and they watch the numbers go up and come back down.
Yeah.
And the person who comes out of the elevator is a beautiful young woman.
Right.
And the husband gasps. And he bends down to his son and he says, son, go get your mother.
Oh, it turned her into a beautiful.
Yeah, so they don't
okay.
know what an elevator is, so they thought that it turns the old woman into a young woman.
I see. Wow, my apologies to any Amish watching this stream on their smartphones. But
hey, I warned you. I said it was.
I know, but that's funny. I have another Amish joke that's quicker and a little less offensive. Why don't the Amish water ski?
I don't know.
Because the horse would drown. Okay.
All right, I give you that one.
All right.
That was much better executed than mine.
Oh.
Mine was like,
All right,
I heard it years ago, and that was like my butchered retelling.
I got you. Well, hey, I put you on the spot. That's on me. Thank you everybody for supporting the show. If you're a member, you're going to get to see quite a few wonderful membership videos that I put out regularly. I also do a moto blog now, blog thing from my motorcycle. Been some warm days here lately. And so thank you, Johnny DRC, for being a member for 21 months. Appreciate that. Again, thank you, Paul, for gifting 5 memberships. We have 8 now. We have 8. Ken Torbeck, he also gifted a membership and offered us $5. 300 Whiskey Oscar Whiskey period Sierra Echo Echo Yankee Oscar uniform. I'm sure I'm spelling something hideous. I don't know what it is, but I'm not going to finish it. Thank you, Ken, very much. Trevor Fuss. Trevor, hey, thanks, Trevor. I will see Trevor and, of course, I'm sure Ken in the Discord. If there's any moderators that would put my Discord up here, that would be fantastic. We can just chit-chat about any old thing and say dirty words and things like that. Is it lead catcher or lead catcher? I'm thinking it's lead catcher. Lead catcher, thank you very much for being a member and for gifting a membership. Appreciate that. And let's see. Oh, we got some more coming in. All right, good. Chris Sebes? Chris Sebs. Chris S just became a member. See, now when you gift a membership, and you can do that by going to the membership link below and then clicking on the 3 little dots. When you gift a membership, YouTube kind of passes them out to those who are deserving of such a thing. And then you have a free membership for like 30 days. And if you can continue, then that's good. If you think it sucks, then sorry to see you go. Really FPV, $2. Thank you very much. I am returning to FPV. Welcome back. I don't know where you've been, but welcome back. And lead catcher again with $3. Happy 300th show. My first is your 300th. Oh, it's the first show and you're a member? Thank you so much. Verita Weasel. Haven't seen you in a while, Verita Weasel. $9.99. Hey, Ken, did they ever fix the Avata so that it doesn't fall out of the sky? Do you think it's worth buying? Or should I wait for the Avata 2? I don't have any information on the Avata 2 because DJI doesn't like me because I don't like all of their drones. I like most of their drones, but yes, they did fix the Avata dropping out of the sky, and you don't have to worry about that with a firmware update. But that's only when you're flying in manual. And of course, Randall knows all this anyway. I don't have to explain this to you. Randall knew that when you fly the Avata in manual mode, make a quick turn, sometimes it would drop out of the sky, but not now.
Of course.
Yes, yeah. If anybody knows anything about the Avata 2, I'm sure it's going to be 7% better because we're just getting incremental improvements at this point, really. The Avata is wonderful. 1 or 2.
At the point of diminishing returns.
Yes. There needs to be some kind of seismic shift in battery technology before you can get too excited about a new thing. Vegas Aerial Services, $20. Thank you. Thank you, Vegas Aerial Services. Vegas Drone Meetup, November 8th through 10th. Mark your calendars. Now, Fly High FPV, and I'll go there right now. FlyHighFPV.com. You go there, and he's got a lot of your 3D prints and all kinds of stuff that you can buy for your FPV stuff. But he also has an event calendar right there. And so you can go here and see all the meetups. There's St. Quatrix Day. I was going to go to that. I was going to drive to California. I am going to be going to California probably in late spring. And I'm going to meet Bad Luck FPV out there. And we're gonna do some California flying. But here's on flyhighfpv.com we got Castle Crash coming up September. We got all the events. I'm sure he's already put Mindfield in here. Where is There it is. Wait, well, that's an old logo, but it'll be in there. It'll be in there. So all of the stuff there. There you go. There's a couple other things that I wanted to share here. I don't want this to go too long. I'm endeavoring to make these streams about 90 minutes. Somebody sent me this wacky thing. We used to do a segment called Would You Ride It? And I'll just play this, and you can answer me in the chat. Would you do this? This is an agricultural drone, and that is a full-grown man person. I'm guessing it's in a state somewhere in the South, I'm guessing.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, but I think I would do this. I
think so too.
Yeah.
Not only do I want to do this, I want to use this as a pull-up bar.
Well, I don't know about that.
This thing. You don't want I want it to be just high enough where I get my workout in, and I'm like, all right, good.
Yeah,
cool.
you can't.
And then it drops me off into the water, so I get cooled off after the workout. That's exactly what I need.
You have to be careful when doing that, because if you jerk around too much, it will drop out of the sky. I've seen those videos too.
Oh, shoot.
Yeah, they're not meant.
Well,
I mean, it's a big drone, but they're not meant to carry people.
Well, maybe pull-ups are out of the question.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Technology's not there yet.
It's not there yet. No. What else did I want to share? Yeah, I did that. I played that. I did that. Oh yeah, I was gonna show that. Yeah, I guess that's it. But I do want to mention RemotePilot101.com. Oh yes. Now he's going to be on next week, I think. Yes, Jason Chappert will be my co-host on TNL. Not next week, but 2 weeks. 2 weeks time, Jason Chappert's going to be on. RemotePilot101.com. If you want to get your Part 107 and learn about what you can and can't do, don't be a moron. Go to RemotePilot101.com. Use Heron18 to get 30% off. And in furtherance of a business, those are the words that the FAA uses all the time. You're like, no, I'm just filming this for free for my church on the corner. I'm going to give them the footage. The church is kind of a business. Are you in furtherance of it? Yes. See, the FAA has already thought of it. No, I'm just giving the footage to my cousin. He's promoting his car lot. No. Still in furtherance of a business. You can't do it without being certified. And the best part is, once you do this, you're in forever. I think it's like $104. You can get all the video lessons from Jason Chappert. His smile is visible for 3 statute miles. He's got 2 watches. He knows what's going on. He's a great instructor. Hell, if he can teach me and I can learn about sectional charts, I hate sectional charts. But if you can learn about them, and I can, then my God, he can teach you. RemotePilot101.com. You can go to M0A.com as well if you want to become a manned pilot. If you're already 107 and you want to become a manned pilot, it's your one-stop shop for all that. And you're pretty close to becoming one if you're already trained as a drone pilot. Use Heron18, 30% off. Fly right, follow the rules, use common sense, be safe, be a good representative of the drone community. Love you. Mean it. All right. So before we go, one more time, please tell everyone about your movie and where they can see it. There's some people that are just joining us just now. Please tell us all about Mindfield.
So I made a movie, a documentary, independent documentary about the Mindfield called The Steel Garden. It's going to have its final theatrical public screening in Brownsville on February 23rd at the Ann Marks Performing Cultural Arts Center at 6:30 p.m.
I'll be there.
If you can't make it to that, there is going to be an online release on my YouTube channel, Randall the Vandal. That's going to be March 9th, Saturday, March 9th. That will also be an exclusive torrent release. And if you torrent the movie, you'll get exclusive photos and videos. It'll be cool.
It will be very cool. And Mindfield Meet 5.0. Here's the website as it is now. You can go here and you can register just to let me know kind of how many people are going to be there. The website is being redesigned right now, so check back in the next few days, and it will be completely new and awesome. And that's going to be happening August 24th and 25th. 2 days. We did 2 days last year. We're going to do 2 days this year. It's going to be a lot of fun. Hope you can make it. And I guess, did we forget anything else? Is that it? I gave away all the stuff. I guess that's it. Oh, wait a minute. There's one more joke from Randall. I did say 3.
I'm telling you, I've met my quota. But okay, all right. Let me think of one more.
Keep it under 5 minutes.
Okay.
Keep it under 5 minutes.
Here's another one based on which I don't think it's offensive, but here's a blonde joke. Okay.
Okay.
Here's a blonde joke, okay, which I don't think it's offensive. I think it's funny, and hopefully everyone else does.
Right, because you're a brunette.
This was about...
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. So 2 blonde guys show up in a pickup truck to lumberyard place selling wood. And one guy stays in the truck, the other guy gets out to get the wood. The guy in the truck's like, now remember, we need 5 2x4s. It's like, all right. The other guy goes in the store.
Right.
Goes to the clerk. He's like, all right, so we need some 5 2x4s. I was like, and the store clerk is like, okay, that's fine. 5 2x4s. one thing, how long do you need these to be? He said, oh, okay, 1 second, I gotta go ask my friend. So he goes out to his friend in the truck. He says, hey, how long do we want these 2x4s? The guy sticks his head out of the truck and he says, dude, we're building a house. We're gonna need them a long time.
Okay, all right, that's good. All right. I was like, that's a long walk. That was a long walk, but it was worth it in the end. That's a very good joke. Thank you.
Okay, I'm glad I pulled that one off.
Not bad. Yeah, not bad for pulling that out of your ass at the last minute. Awesome. Well, I guess that's about it. Thank you, everybody, again, for all of your support for Jeff and for the channel. Thank you for becoming new members, and I guess that will do it for now.
We hope you enjoyed the show half as much as you would have if it had been twice as good.
My friend, my Steel Garden filming friend, Randall Kendric. This guy, thank you so much for being on with us tonight. Thank you,
Thank you
Jeff
so much
Sills.
for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Jeff, for doing the news all the time. Thank you, Camera Butter, for sponsoring the show. Thank you, RemotePilot101.com and all the other sponsors. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in each and every other week. We really, really do appreciate it. Do join us right after the show in my Discord. Put a link up there, moderators, and I will see you in there momentarily. Until next time, bye. Sure.
enjoy pigeon jerky, the killer could process meat. Say I enjoy pigeon jerky, when you give your family a treat. It's got much nutrition to help them grow, and it's full of fiber to make them grow. You enjoy pigeon jerky, the killer could process meat. Yeah. That was so funny.
You'll enjoy Thursday Night Live with Ken Heron and Kelly, Jeff and Beaushot too. There'll be fun and quizzes, Kelly's misses, the bird is the word in the news. It's the #1 live stream, it's got pizzazz. There's only one rule, don't fart in the rats. If you think it's funny, super chat some money, cause TNL is here for you.